Nigel, a forgettable afternoon here. What went wrong?
We were on after 3 minutes when we conceded on the break. One thing we've been emphasising to the players all week is one of Harrogate's main strengths and threats is on the break. So we have a free kick in a very good position ourselves, looking to get a goal, and less than 10 seconds later the ball's in the back of our net. We've got players back. It doesn't matter how many you leave back if they don't defend properly, and I think that was the cause of our problems this afternoon. Poor defensively for the 3 goals in the first half.
For those that weren't here, does the scoreline suggest the performance was as bad as it seems?
Oh no, in no way. We had enough situations throughout the game ourselves, probably as many as Harrogate. So it was a little bit imbalanced. But when you defend as poorly as we did, and I think I probably picked, well, I didn't probably, obviously with the result, I picked the wrong team today, maybe the wrong formation, which has obviously contributed to it as well.
What might have you done in retrospect?
Well, we went to a back 4 second half. I toyed with it all week, but with it having kept the clean sheet at Rochdale last week, the only problem was the same personnel weren't available to us, and that should have maybe dictated a different side. But Elliot Hewitt didn't think was fit enough to start. Obviously Laps wasn't, Lewis Page wasn't, so we sort of stuck with the back 3, but I don't think it's anything really to do with the formations. If you don't defend properly individually or collectively, whatever formation as we didn't today, you'll concede goals, and they were very, very clinical. I think it seemed almost like 3 attacks in the first half. You might tell me differently, but I think they had 3 meaningful attacks in the first half, scored 3 goals. We had more than enough. The goalkeeper produced 2 outstanding saves, one from Lucas and one from Anthony Hartigan. Hawke should have scored from his header. And then right at the start of the second half, Quinny's blasted one over from 6-7 yards or whatever. Swanee's at the bar. It just wasn't going. It's not. I think it's fair to say it's not a lucky ground for us. We're standing here next to the goal where Jordan missed a penalty last year in the Papa Johns, and they broke away and scored. Not a lucky ground for us, but we have to change that.
Yeah, 1 point from 18 now in all competitions against Harrogate, home and away. But let's focus on this latest one here. The 3 goals, the decisive goals, they were pretty similar, weren't they?
Yeah, soft. And from our point of view, soft. And I think getting at 2-0 at half time, it's a different game even. You get one back then, Quinny scores, you never know, you might get something from the game. But when that third one goes in added time, they're all disappointing, but that one from a mentality point of view is the worst.
They've got some pace at the top, Harrogate. Was there a want for greater speed at the back defensively from Mansfield?
Yeah, I'd love to have started Elliot Hewitt. He wasn't fit enough to start. I'd love to have had Stephen McLaughlin available today, not for his pace but for his quality and everything, but we played the players that we had available.
Could there be a case to say that Mansfield were at times in the first half playing too high a line?
No, I don't think so. But when you give the ball away, then you're vulnerable straight away. It was touch and go. It was a foul on Lucas for the second goal. I've seen them given many times. He gave a foul against Lucas over the far side in the first 5-10 minutes. I thought there was less contact in that one than there was that he let go. Another little element to it, but when you concede it, one pass and they're in, when they have the quality and they are clinical, very difficult to defend against it.
How do you go about, and I know this is a sort of raw question as it may be, but how do you go about, should you come up against quick strikers, pacey attackers like you did today, heading forward?
We try and put the pace at the back, but when they're not available, there's not much you can do about that. Kel's could have, played today, but he's more of a forward-thinking player anyway. He could have been an option on the right-hand side for us, but the back 3 were, not the quickest, but certainly enough experience to deal with what we had to today.
The irony is that Mansfield had more possession and more shots at goal than Harrogate.
It was that sort of game. You talk about being clinical, they certainly were, and in the first half it's strange because people can say, oh, you lost 3-0, you can't have played well. At times we played well today, and we created enough chances. We didn't score them, and it's very, very simple. It doesn't need a lot of working out, and then we didn't defend well enough. That's it today. But when you talk about, if you want to look back to Northampton a year or so ago, there's nothing like it today. We lost by a greater margin, but in terms of performance, that was far superior to the Northampton game this time last season.
2 glaring chances stand out for Mansfield today, one in either half. Ollie Hawkins in the first period headed into the ground and over the bar, and then Stephen Quinn perhaps should have got that one on target in the second period.
Definitely, both of them shouldn't, and they know that. Once again, it's that sort of game. They finished their chances, we didn't, and it's very, very simple. You lose the game when that happens. And you know, at 2-0, Hawks puts his in. Different game again. Even at 3-0, Quinny puts his in. It's a different game. Swanee hits the bar. Lucas back here won it, hit the goalkeeper or whatever. He just wasn't going to go in for us today. But when you consider defenders you do, maybe it didn't deserve to.
What does it say to you then when you look at the stats and then the scoreline?
It tells you about the performance. The overall performance isn't as bad as the scoreline suggests, and you know exactly which areas you need to concentrate on. It's both penalty areas, which is always in any game. That's the defining factor. So we have to defend better, and we have done. In when you go to Barrow and then we keep that clean sheet. Rochdale last week we got a great clean sheet out in Newport with 10 men for quite a long time. We need that all the time, and that's the inconsistency. We're not showing that mentality. It's either all or nothing. We're either keeping a brilliant clean sheet and battling, or conceding 3 goals or 4 or whatever, 5 against Swindon. Nothing in between, and that's what we've got to strive to achieve.
Endeavouring to pluck out the positives. Good to see Rhys Oates come on in the second half for the first time since August.
Very good. There's always positives in any game, but certainly getting Rhys back on the pitch. He'll play some part at Notts County on Tuesday night, and then we'll see how he's looking for Saturday. Big bonus, pleased to get Lewis Page on, and I thought there was some good individual performances today as well.
Who in particular?
I thought George Maris and Stephen Quinn. I thought they played well today. I thought around Boateng, our midfield, I think we knock it about well and we create chances, you saw, but somebody's got to put one in the back of the net for us. But the more worrying thing is the other end. We need to do more defensively.
Final thoughts, Nigel?
Unbelievably disappointing afternoon in terms of the result. No lack of effort from the players. Just poor defending at crucial times of the game. After 3 minutes and then it added time of the first half. Those 2 goals are the ones that have killed us today. So we start again tomorrow and we work on it, and we get going in time for Tuesday.
Thanks as ever.
Thank you.